What's up, guys? Welcome to Quantum Ascent. I have DAG Constellation up on the screen here. And back on July 22nd, I did put out an alt season video giving waves 3, 4, and 5 targets. You do have to use the market cap for that. Go ahead, check that video out. Today, I'm just going to be getting into the short-term price action, but I did want to kind of just show you real quick, briefly, what we're going to be looking at for DAG moving forward. So for full details, go check that out on my X page or my YouTube July 22nd. All right, now looking at this, what's been going on with this drop down here, this wave 2 drop down that we're working on. So we're going to zoom in. Right now, I'm on the weekly price chart. Just kind of gives us a better, little bit of a cleaner overview of what we have going on from a wave perspective here. So haven't quite looked at this yet, but what I am noticing is for the most part, you can see that we're in a channel, right? Let's go ahead. These are parallel, just connecting as many of the wicks as we can. I'm just trying to show you guys, you can see it. Going back to the Trump pump in the December high here, we've just been honoring these channels on the way down. All right, they're not perfect by any means. You could say, oh, connect the two outermost wicks, right? You could end up doing that. But either way, you can see that we're in a channel here, right? And now the question is, what does this count look like here for DAG? And so what I'm seeing is it certainly looks like a 5-wave move down, a 1, a 2, and then you have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's how I'm looking at this wave count right now for DAG. All right, you can see that in the third wave there, ton of slop. But on the weekly, that's what I'd be looking at. Let's see if we pop over to the monthly, if it's going to show us an even better. Nah, not really. Now it's even harder to see on the monthly. This is where it helps, just kind of playing around with some of the different time frames. Should be able to start to see some structures a little bit more. Because originally how I would have been looking at this is you would have, that's exactly what we're doing. We had our 5 waves down here, right? And we talk about a crashing pattern on this channel all the time. So bear with me. I'm just looking at this for the first time in a while. So we had our 5 waves down there. Again, cleaner to see on the 2-day. We had our 5 waves down. It rolled back up into wave 4 for a 6. It came down and took that out one more time for a 7. So structurally, everything, all the parameters have been met structurally, right? If we look at this 7th wave right here, though, certainly looks like we have a little ABC, right? It could either be an ABC down to there, or what you could do, and this is where Elliott waves just get a little tricky sometimes, is it could be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? Either way, I showed you a couple different ways where it looks like the bottom is very close. So now let's see if we can dive into this a little bit more and pinpoint exactly where that bottom might be, or is the bottom already in. So looking at this, one thing we want to be drawing out here, and I don't think we're going to end up seeing a fib on this, but I want to take the last run up from the low there to that high. Sure enough, we have broken down past that last level, but look, on that breakdown, the throwback hit the 786 perfectly. We could see over here, we had a lot of wicks right in this area at that price level. Okay, where we're at right now, fibs aren't going to be as helpful because we've already taken all of these out, right? So what we want to do now is we want to look over to the left to see if there's any price action that could hint, at a support coming in. And so you look at this here, see a lot of wicks, like between here and here. See a lot of wicks in this section, right? Getting stopped out, stopped out, stopped out, stopped out. These came above, but even if you want to do this, a lot of the closes on these candles are all in this section here, and we are right down there at the lows. So it looks pretty good to hold for the time being. Could get a little bit more downside if this is a 5-wave move. Another way we could try to predict it is, let's look at each wave. That first wave was 35%. This second wave was 40%. Well, if you're saying 35-ish% here on a 5th wave, where would that take us? That could get us down even lower, around like 2.3 cents, and then this cluster comes into play. So it's just a little early to call it, but what I'm going to say is somewhere between where we are right now and 2.35 cents. That's the area I'm looking for. We shouldn't go too much deeper. If this wants to come all the way down and hit this trend line again, I mean, it can. That's another 30% from where we're at. That would probably mean something really bad's happening in the market. So not my base. My base would be, let's see this. I like this area to hold. If this area doesn't hold, let's be looking down around this area, like the 2.3 cent level. Okay? That's how we are looking for Constellation, my friends. Join the Quantum Circle, my private website, real-time trades, access to my portfolio, 2 macro videos a day, a Discord channel. And I teach you how to do TA just like me. Link to that is in the bio. That is the real alpha, my friends. If not, just super appreciative you're here. If you can follow, like, repost, want to blast this out to as many people as I can before it is too late. So, hope you're having a great Monday. Talk to you guys later.